anyone under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Biafra meherani onuzo ke Biafra na meherani onuzo ke Biafra meherani onuzo ke Biafra
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform where we disseminate information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform that stands for the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, COS interim. I welcome all of you to this very platform. Happy New Year to everyone that is watching, wherever you are watching from. We are in a new year. And as we enter the new year, many people are asking questions and they say, what next? Where is the way to go? The way to go is simple. We are pursuing the recognition of the United States of Biafra and the restoration of Biafra fully on the ground. That is the phase where we are today. Every one of us must continue to give our contribution the best way we can. And remember, I urge you to like and share. Share to your neighbors, share to your family, share to everyone to key in and join us on this gospel. Do not be distracted. Regardless what you hear, regardless what you see, regardless the propaganda and blackmail that is flying from right, left, and center, do not get distracted. Be focused, because Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024, and there is no going back. We are pursuing the recognition of Biafra.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to again welcome you to the Langston Hughes Auditorium at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. My name is Troy Johnson. I am the president and founder of the African American Literature Book Club, better known as AALBC.com. AALBC.com is one of the oldest and certainly the largest website dedicated to the works of books by and about Black people. Today, it is indeed my honor to introduce all of the author talks that will be taking place here. There are 3 that are scheduled. We have another one scheduled at 12:10 with author Dana Kennedy, who will be discussing her nonfiction work, A Journal for Jordan, A Story of Love and Honor. The third author talk that will take place will be this afternoon with author Gregory Walker, The Ethiopians Rediscovered, the African Expedition into the Trojan War. That begins at 12:45. But now we have author Catherine Acholonu, who is the author of the book, They Lived Before Adam. In 2001, after more than 11 years of research, Catherine discovered a library of ancient stone inscriptions made by the common ancestors of what she refers to as the Niger-Benue subfamily of the Nigerian tribes. These stone inscriptions are located in Ikom, Cross River State, Nigeria. They discovered that discovery buoyed her research and created an access into the lost civilizations of ancient Nigeria. As groundbreaking as the research found in John Hope Franklin's They Came Before Columbus, They Lived Before Adam extends the conversation and controversy surrounding Africa as the birthplace of human civilization. Again, it is indeed my honor to introduce Catherine Acholonu as she discussed in some depth her work, They Lived Before Adam. Thank you. Would you like to come to the podium? Would you like to come to the podium? Okay.
I'd like to first of all address the significance of the work we have done, the research we have done. We believe that our findings have expanded the parameters of knowledge. We believe that our findings call for another look at the history of mankind. We believe that it is important that history be rewritten so that Africa's place, Black Africa's place in it, will be ensured. The contributions of Black Africans towards the making of world civilizations are what our findings are about. Before I begin my talk, let me first of all acknowledge the following. Her Excellency, Haja Toure Umaru Musa Yaradua, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the support she gives to research and new vision in today's Nigeria. Their Excellencies, Chief Ike Edio Hakim, Governor of Imo State, whom we, the citizens of Imo State, fondly call Ochinawata, the Boy King, for his contributions and his support, and that of his amiable wife, Barrister Chioma Hakim, for their unalloyed support for this project and for creating an atmosphere in Imo State, my home state, where intellectuals like me can function unperturbed and where academics and new ideas can thrive. The new leadership of Ohaneze Theigbo, the Apex Igbo organization, we are grateful to them for powering the world presentation of and putting their stamp or support on our new publication, They Live Before Adam. I stand here today not just as myself alone, but as head of a research team set up in 2004 under the auspices of the United Nations Forum of Arts and Culture Nigeria. The United Nations Forum of Arts and Culture is a program of the Global Secretariat of the UNCCD, of which I happen to be the Nigeria representative and Goodwill Ambassador. This research team has in it personalities such as Dr. Ajay Prabhakar, an Indian software technology engineer and specialist of the United Nations Forum of Arts and Culture. Ms. Nneka Ebuna, a senior culture officer in UNESCO Nigeria. Honorable Edi Olumba, an applied arts specialist and a distinguished alumnus of Manhattanville College, Purchase, New York, the art and culture consultant of United Nations Forum of Arts and Culture. These are a few of those I will name among our research team. I myself am a professor of linguistics and African cultural studies, a former Fulbright scholar at the Westchester Consortium for International Studies, and visiting professor at Manhattanville College, Iona College, College of New Rochelle, Marymount College, all in New York State. They Live Before Adam is my 16th published book, and the second in a series which are the result of this research project, which originally began in 1990, 19 years ago in the state of New York, and precisely on the campus of Manhattanville College. Therefore, on behalf of my co-authors and co-researchers and myself, we express our gratitude to the U.S. State Department, to the Fulbright Organization, and to the Westchester Consortium for International Studies for this support I received between 1989, when I discovered and published the Igbo roots of African slave author and American slave author, Olaudah Equiano, also called Gustavus Vassa. And 1991, when these institutions I've mentioned granted me the honor of enjoying their hospitality and support as U.S. international visitor and as a Fulbright scholar in residence here in New York. They Live Before Adam is the sequel to another work titled The Gram Code of African Adam, Stone Books and Cave Libraries, reconstructing 450,000 years of Africa's lost civilizations, published in 2005. Together, these two books make up a total of about 1,150 pages. To underscore its importance, the Gram Code of African Adam, when it was published, was presented to the world on the 25th of September 2005 by the then President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, represented by the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Ambassador Frank Ogbewu. I am here on the invitation of the Harlem Book Fair, the largest black book fair in the world, to present our new book, They Lived Before Adam. Its findings, on the prehistoric origins of the Igbo, They Never Been Ruled. Alternative title is The Igbo Since 1.6 Million BC. Two things mark out our work as a new and, as some say, groundbreaking addition to scholarship. The first is the discovery and transcription of lost stone writings of prehistoric Africans. These inscribed stones, located in southern Nigeria in a very rural place called Ekom in Cross River State, have been attracting international researchers since the colonial days, but we were the first to see their inscriptions as a form of writing and to actually isolate and transcribe some of its letters. Another series of stone inscriptions called Ogam, found in Ireland, which many linguists have been struggling with for decades, were also transcribed by our team into an African language still spoken today in Nigeria. In fact, some Ogam inscriptions were found in West Virginia in USA. What we have found in the case of the inscribed monolith of southeastern Nigeria, the monolith of Ekom, is that they contain two letters that were the foundation of proto-cuneiform, a writing system used in Mesopotamia or Sumer before 4000 BC. The letters in question are the letter Ki and the letter Shi, the first and the last of the old Sumerian orthography. We also found some basic letters of early Egyptian hieroglyphics, such as the letters R and the letters N on the stones of Ekom. But the majority of the letters on the stones are from a Dravidian Indian language called Malayalam, as well as symbols now recognized as universal due to the fact that they now form the root of most cultures, religions, and sciences in the world. These include the cross, the spiral, the triangle, the circle, the concentric circle, and every other known geometric shape. The antiquity of the stones and the fact that they were discovered in the virgin forest where many were buried underground shows that they were indigenous and that they belong to the twilight days of human history, prehistory indeed. Oral tradition of the natives of Ekom say that the inscriptions were executed by the Stone Age people, the first humans to inhabit the area, and that they were invented by the first mother of humankind. They call this first mother Shishe, and say that she was the first woman to have borne a child by pregnancy, and that her first child was a boy, through whom sin and death came into the world. The monolith dedicated to her in Ekom bear the name Shishe, just like the oral tradition, written in an orthography that includes proto-cuneiform, that is Sumerian proto-cuneiform, proto-Canaanite, Dravidian Malayalam, and others. Her Ekom name, Shishe, is the same Hebrew name which Adam called Eve in the biblical story of creation. Her eyes and mouth form the Canaanite Hebrew letter Ayin, which is the first and highest sephira in the Hebrew Kabbalah. It represents the no thing, the infinite, the ineffable God. There are over 300 of these stones in Ekom, Nigeria. Another thing that marked a turning point in our research was the discovery by a team of archaeologists of the University of Nigeria in Nsukka of early Stone Age hand axes and other stone implements belonging to the time zone of 1.6 million BC to 500,000 BC. The archaeologists, Professor F.N. Anozie, Professor J.O. Ijoma, and others working with some British faculty members of the Department of Archaeology, University of Nigeria and Nsukka in the 70s, discovered several lorry loads of non-polished as well as polished hand axes, picks, and other implements in a place called Ugwele in the zone of Okigwe in southeastern Nigeria. Their conclusion, published in a number of local journals at the time, that the Okigwe home of Homo erectus, or Nigerian early man, was the one-stop shop, the warehouse that supplied survival tools to all pockets of Homo erectus habitation worldwide. For us, this means that it was from Okigwe, prehistoric Nigeria, that the out of Africa migrations of early man took off to populate the 5 continents of the globe. More so because Homo erectus implements discovered all over the world all look like they were made in the same Okigwe factory. This was also the conclusion of the archaeologists. Our linguistic analysis of samples of words from a number of languages spoken in all 5 continents of the globe today confirm what several other linguists have long suspected and concluded, that mankind, as the Hebrew Bible says, spoke one language at the beginning. Our comparative linguistic analysis of words from many languages across the globe show that Igbo, the language group that includes Okigwe, the home of the Nigerian Homo erectus, was in fact spoken by the earliest inhabitants of countries as far-flung as Nigeria, Egypt, Mesopotamia, Turkey, India, China, Greece, United Kingdom, North America, South America, including the Greenland Eskimos. In fact, the 2 vernacular words that survived in Plato's description of Atlantis were found to be in sound and in meaning to have been directly derived from the Igbo language environment. So too were 90% of words used by Adam and his household, especially names of people and places and their meanings. Our research includes the origin and meanings of symbols used in every religion and sacred literature all over the world. In these, we found that Hebrew Bible, the Kabbalahs of the Hebrews and the Chinese, the Hindu Vedas and Ramayana, and the recently discovered Egyptian Christian Bible called the Nag Hammadi are of immense importance in revealing lost knowledge. Wherever we looked, we found evidence confirming the claims by geneticists who have been conducting mitochondrial DNA research in 4 leading universities here in USA. That all
when Nnamdi Kanu said that Nigeria is a zoo, some of them were angry with him. Well, what is a zoo? An animal kingdom. What is a zoo? Cacophony of animals. What is a zoo? A place where there's no order, because animals inhabit there. Now, how can a president in the era of democracy, where human right is crowned king, a president who over time has claimed to be a Democrat, a president who, for as long as I know him, over 30 years now, have been part of the Nigerian polity and has never been a military man, how can he at this point in time breach the constitution, treat the nation as if it has no constitution, treat the constitution as if it is nothing? How can you remove a governor that his people voted for because of selfish interest? It doesn't happen amongst humans. Such a thing is expected to happen amongst animals. It is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely godless. It is absolutely illiterate. It is unlawful. It is a rape on democracy. It is totally unacceptable. See, I am one of the agitators of a new Nigeria. And I keep saying it, that we cannot continue this way in this country. See, all of us are going to become irresponsible fathers, irresponsible uncles, irresponsible politicians, irresponsible people in leadership if we hand this country the way it is now over to the coming generations. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president and commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces Federal Republic of Nigeria, has disappointed me and has disappointed everything that has to do with good and justice. And look at the people behind him. Look at the Senate president approving it. Look at House of Reps approving it. Why?
The lawmakers who don't know the law.
Why? Why must you approve such a thing? If anybody is calling for the impeachment of the president, such a person is right. Because I cannot understand why these people cannot do things that will build this country, but instead continue to do things that will destroy the country for selfish reasons. See, I keep saying it, that the problem with Nigeria is the politician. The Nigerian politician is the problem that must be solved in this country. Thank you.
How do we solve it if the politicians are the problems, which of course the public also share the same sentiments? Now, what is the way forward? Will Fubara challenge this illegality and fight this illegality, or will they watch it slip down, of course, the drain? When you fail to address illegalities, they become monsters, they become norms. What are Nigerians doing rather than, of course, ranting?
The system is the problem.